So DNA duplicates or copies itself. Awesome. All right, what about prophase? What happens in prophase? And there's going to be a couple that there's going to be a couple stages that have multiple descriptions that go in them, okay? So just keep that in mind. There's 2 for prophase. Who can give me 1? I think Diego drew this one, right? So you drew this little thing happening over here. What's that called? Yesterday we talked about how it's called the centriole, right? That's what pulls the chromosomes apart. This worksheet calls it a spindle. It's the same thing. So the spindle is going to start forming. Why is the spindle forming in prophase? What's it doing in metaphase? Not yet, it's not pulling apart yet, but it's getting ready. It's like attaching to them, right? Yeah, nice job. So spindle forms. What else? We got 1 more for prophase. What happens to the nuclear membrane? Can the spindle get into the chromosomes if the nuclear membrane is still there around the chromosomes? It breaks down. Good job, Alex. And it's for that reason I just described, right? We want to get rid of that membrane so that the spindle can come in and start attaching to the chromosomes. I apologize if some of you can't read this, but it's on your it's on the board and it should be on your nearpod. So raise your hand if you are having trouble with the nearpod at all. Okay, we've only got 1 for metaphase. I know Tony knows this. Which one is it? They line up in the middle, right? This is the most distinguishable phase because we're always going to have this row of X's just sitting in the middle of our cell. That's how you know it's metaphase. So we're going to write chromosomes line up in the middle. Fantastic. Okay. We have 1 for anaphase. What do we think? I know a lot of you had it down. So the sister chromatids, and we said that's just, a sister chromatid is 1/2 of the chromosome. So we have our X over here. This is our chromosome, this is our centrosome, that's what's holding it together, and then these are each chromatids. So this whole thing is a chromosome. And this is a chromatid. And this is also a chromatid. And we call them sisters because they're identical. Okay? Does that make sense? And then this is the centrosome. Any questions on that? So we say that during anaphase, when the X is split into 2, we say the sister chromatids are being pulled apart. Right? Oh, we didn't switch off. Okay. We'll do black from here on out for the last 2. You all have to remind me of stuff like that. I'm not going to remember. And what's pulling the sister chromatids apart? Someone said it. The spindle. Nice. Hey, Thomas. Just anywhere where there's a laptop, okay? What is going to happen during telophase? Do these real close together, it's okay. Telophase, we have 2 of them. So what do we notice happening with the spindle? It was forming in prophase, it's here in metaphase and anaphase, and now what?
It separates them.
It separates them during anaphase, and then what happens to it in telophase?
The nucleus membrane forms
That's true.
on each side of the chromosomes.
around each set of chromosomes, and we want to form that right away so we can keep protecting those chromosomes, right? Because they're so important. But then what's going to happen with our spindle? It's on this list. Do you see the spindle anymore? It disappears. Awesome. So spindle disappears. We don't need it anymore. Cells are efficient. They're not going to use things they don't need. And then the nuclear membranes start to form around the new sets of DNA. Fantastic. And then we only have one for cytokinesis. It's the last one. What do we think? I need someone to raise their hand and let me know. Nice job, Hannah. So the cell is going to divide into two daughter cells. Are the daughter cells identical?
Yes.
Yeah. Are they the same size? Yes. Awesome. You guys are rock stars. So you're just going to glue all of this in the right spot in the picture. And right now we're writing down the descriptions. So if you still need it, if you haven't finished it by the time class is over, I'll just help you out, okay? All right. So then we have cytokinesis down here, two daughter cells. And what did we say? The same size and identical?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Fantastic, everyone. I'm going to try to draw some distinction lines here. Which cells undergo mitosis? Which cells? What does mitosis do for us? It helps us grow, right? What parts of our body need to grow? Everything, yeah. So mitosis is really going to happen everywhere throughout our entire body. Okay? The only place where it's not going to happen is in sperm and egg cells, because those are special. When they come together, we don't want them to each have an entire set of DNA. We want them to each have half, right? Or else the baby's going to have too much DNA. Okay, fantastic job. If you haven't finished this back part, that's okay. You'll hand it in at the end. I just want to see that everybody tried. I know we came in a little bit later, and that's fine. We are going to flip to the last page right here, the last 2 pages. So we're not going to do this entire thing, but what I want you to do is just practice some of the graphing that we were doing during our lab. We're going to fill in one more data point on this chart over here, so you can see where it says, we're going to call it staph instead of Staphylococcus aureus bacteria. So this is a graph or a table of how much time it takes for staph cells, which are bacterial cells, so they're not eukaryotes. They're very different from us. They're small, they're simple. This measures how long it takes them to replicate. So you see how we start off with 5 cells, and then they're all going to undergo that replication process, and then how many do we have? 10, right? Because they're all just going to double. And that happens in 30 minutes. Because we start off at half an hour, and then after an hour, they've all doubled. So what I want you to do is fill out one more data point. What are our increments in the time column? Daisy. Russian? Can you do that in like 5 minutes? Okay, go ahead. So how much time is passing between data point 1 and data point 2 and data point 3? How much time? 30 minutes, thank you. So what's our 4th data point going to be? 120 minutes is how many hours? 2. So go ahead and write 2. And then what's 20 times 2 after we've duplicated? 40. Thank you. So we're going to write 2 and 40 in this column right here. And then over to the right where you see the graph, we're going to just draw the graph. And I only want you to plot those first 4 points, okay? What goes at the top of the graph? What is that called? Starts with a T. Title. Awesome. What's on either side? What are they called? The x-axis and the y-axis. Great job, Hannah. So the x is on the bottom, y is on the left side. What's going to be our x-axis in this case? Time. Thank you, George. And what are the units for time? What are the units for time? Okay, some of you, I may have stapled this in the wrong order. So some of you should be on the very, very back of the worksheet, and some of you are on this page right here. Okay, it's just flipped. You all have the right page. Sorry about that. So you should be on the page that says step 3 bacterial cells at the very top. Is everyone there? Yes. Tony's there. Nice job, nice job, nice job. Okay, nice job. And so again, we're writing time on the x-axis at the bottom. And then what's going to go over on the y-axis? The number of cells. Okay? So take 2 minutes and silently plot those points, and I'm going to come around and make sure that you're doing it correctly, okay?